Dear Captain Harv, what should I know about flying in the rain? How could you even ask that? Do you know what rain in an open cockpit does to fine leather? Flying in the rain really isn't that big a deal, except when it's an extremely big deal. For example, flying in your single-engine piston in a little moderate rain won't even get your airplane's attention, let alone cause any undue consternation. Your wings lift is virtually unaffected, and as long as the rain isn't so heavy as to prevent sufficient air from being supplied to the engine, it'll continue to run just fine. Of course, this is all assuming the rain hasn't reduced your visibility below legal limits if you're flying VFR, or more importantly, below your personal limits, and none of the rain turns to ice on your wings, or in your pitot tube, or in the venturi of a carbureted engine, which it totally could. Your preparation for precipitation should always begin in the same place, on the ground before your flight. And, of course, your very first pre-flight planning activity should be to re-watch this video and my other presentation on known icing. This is known ice. That's good ice. You're welcome. Then you can get all the other things you should do, like study the progs well before your flight, then get a thorough weather briefing just before you take to the skies. Also, and this is very important, think about what the weather might do if the forecast is not perfectly accurate and how you'll react. Can't see a dead cub, thief, son of a bitch! No, not that kind of reaction. I mean, what's your plan B? What will you do if the rain looks too heavy for your comfort level? Or if you think icing might occur, or heaven forbid, does start to occur? Will you divert to the nearest airport behind you? Descend to get out of freezing temperatures? Turn back? Whatever it is, decide what you'll do before you set one toe in your airplane, and commit to yourself that you will execute your backup plans should the need arise. Continuing to fly ahead while you wait to see if the weather improves is a recipe for disaster. A dead-end road, a losing battle, a lost cause, an ill wind that blows good to nobody, a tinderbox with gasoline and a match, a veritable minefield. It's real bad! Finally, let's talk about the final phase of flying in the rain, which is landing in the rain. Hydroplaning can bring an otherwise fabulous flight to a fraught finish. But how do you know if you'll hydroplane when you land, or take off for that matter? I know. Pilots and math don't mix. But just remember this one thing: 9 times the square root of tire pressure. Remember it for me. Remember it for Captain Harv. The speed at which your landing gears will hydroplane in knots can be determined by multiplying the square root of your tire pressure by 9. So if you have 30 pounds per square inch, or 30 psi of tire pressure, we get a square root of about 5.5. 5.5 times 9 is about 50 knots. So when you're landing in your Skyhawk, you may want to consider putting rubber to asphalt somewhere in the 40-something knot range. And if you're taking off, your rotate speed is 55 knots. So maybe let the sun dry things out a little before departure. There are many other details about flying and precipitation we could talk about, but I'm already late for my weekly manicure. Emphasis on man. Until next time, you're welcome. Do you know I started out as a math major in college? I quit though. I was having some problems. Math major, some problems. Get it? Get some problem. Not going down the road with me on that one? Okay.